Is Jubilee Party on its deathbed? Was President Kenyatta duped into handshake by the master planner of Kenyan politics, Raila Amolo Odinga? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we continue, kindly subscribe. There's a subscribe button there where you can subscribe, and you press the bell also for notifications whenever I upload a video, you will always get notified and you get to watch and support. So welcome today. We have two questions to ask ourselves. Has Jubilee already died like NASA did, or is it on its deathbed? Can we salvage the situation in Jubilee? Number two, was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, my president, my Jubilee Party member number one, duped into handshake so that we get into building bridges initiative, then we get into referendum, and finally we get to topple government, and we, the Mount Kenya and Jubilee supporters from Rift Valley and all over, be in opposition come 2022. So welcome. Number one, the current outburst by the president, my Jubilee Party member number one, shows that all is not well in our house, all is not well in the ruling party. The burst tells us we have elected thugs, we have that Geko, people that we elected for him to work. So one begs a question. Why would you call, if you're working together with people, if Jubilee is intact, as in we want us to understand, why are they saying Jubilee is on its deathbed? Why will they say? Why will he say that he's working with that? He's working with thugs. That shows all is not well. Number two, it is use of state agencies to harass and to intimidate members that are allied to the deputy president. Remember, on my earlier video, I said how Uhuru introduced us to Ruto, told us Ruto has supported him, has worked with him. Even in 202, he supported him. Even right now, he's not troubled him. In my village, he says he was not troubled by Ruto the way Raila troubled Kibaki. I analyzed that. You can get the in my channel and listen to that. So we keep asking ourselves, why, if the party is still intact, why would he use MPs that are allied to the deputy president? For example, a senior lawyer in this country, Kandara MP, Mheshimiwa Madam Alice Wahome, today says a lawsuit, a case, succession case with the Koinange family. I want to discuss a lot because it's a case that is in the High Court. She handled a succession case for the Koinange family in 2012. And now some of the members probably were not happy with how the succession was handled. They raised that point, and the case is in the High Court. Now we will ask. Today she said that DCI, the DPP, are investigating her. What is the criminal element in succession? I'm not a lawyer, but I know crime will be in the criminal division of the High Court. Civil suits will be in the, okay, you can say there is a quasi sort of branch in the law, in the civil department, where if there is any criminal element in the succession, can be investigated and forwarded to the DCI, but that has not been established. Didi Nyoro the same. They are being used to be harassed by the state agencies. Why would you harass people in the same ruling party, Jubilee, if the Jubilee is still intact? My people, Jubilee is not okay. Then this is a handshake, and we ask, is a handshake splitting Jubilee? Remember, up to today, the whole country, no political science student has been able to study Raila conclusively. He's been called the Enigma. he's been called the master planner, he's called the professor, he's been every name that is about smart planning has been attributed to him, and he's pulled a smart move on our party leader. He's done the handshake, building bridges, the referendum, boom. He takes the prime minister and the leader of government, and where do we stay? We stay in the opposition. So this is not an ordinary guy. This is the guy who troubled Moi, he troubled Kibaki, he troubled Uhuru for the better part of his term. And for this term, since now he sees Uhuru is not going for the election, he comes to tell us how Ruto is a thief, how Ruto is bad. This is not an ordinary guy. Take him cautiously. So, how has the handshakes brought split? Some people are dissatisfied because Raila will use the handshake, he'll use a building bridges initiative, he'll use a platform to ask Uhuru to name his successor. How do you introduce politics of succession if you want to handle in the handshake devolution, strengthening of devolution, addressing electoral injustices, addressing historic injustices to do with land, to do with all that, to fight corruption? Don't ask for succession politics if that is what brought you into handshake. So we're reading more than you can tell us. Though Uhuru comes out and tells us, "Now my brother and I have a deep understanding of the handshake," it's a lie. My party member number one, you've been lied, you've been duped, and this guy, before it's late, will have duped you. And remember, you told us he's Kimugoroki, he's a bad person, he's mad, we send him to Bondo. He's not as dumb as you might want us to know. The other thing is using building bridges initiative to the BBI and its role in the coming referendum, and the tension it has caused in Jubilee, because some people you see it as an avenue of the former prime minister, whom I have a lot of respect to advance his political motives. So this causes tension, and so it's true. The BBI also is causing tension in Jubilee, and therefore Jubilee members are in different views about the same. Number 4, it is visits to grassroots by DP Ruto. Daktari William Ruto has been making visits, and that is his nature. Ever since he was an MP, ever since he was a minister, ever since he is now the deputy president, the first term, he's restless. Most of the weekends he will go travel, see, check work on Saturdays, Fridays, Sundays, attend a church service, go for a cultural service, go for a competition, go for a bullfighting, go. That is his nature. He is restless. So some people feel he's using the platform of his deputy president to do early campaigns, and this is causing tension, splitting Jubilee into two. One, Kieleweke, that believe he's using this to advance his early campaigns for 2022. The other Tangatanga that uses is just normal, doing normal country visits, visiting his constituency the way an MP visits weekends to his constituency. If it's Githunguri, where I come from, he will come and visit there. The MP will inspect what the committee on CDF is doing every weekend. He will come and inspect. That is the same way that our deputy president does. I mean, he said previously he's not elected to be a driver or a cook. He's a principal assistant of the president. So this also is causing jittery in the ruling party, and causing people to feel like Jubilee is splitting and on its deathbed. And if this is not addressed, it will cause a big rift, and Jubilee will die a natural death. For this, no single parliamentary group, PG, on the Mount Kenya caucus has been called since the handshake. Do not confuse the Naivasha State Lodge, the state, not State Lodge, the Rift Valley Great Lodge that was happening by the Kina Moses Kuria, calling all the MPs and asking them, having given all the 5 point something million that came from Mount Kenya, are we getting the development commensurate to our votes? And the next week, I think the next day or the next week, they are called to Sagana State Lodge to be told how they should not attack the president and all that. The president summons them, and that was not a PG group. This man, this Secretary General, the cabinets with the CS with no portfolio, this nigga, Rafael Tuju, has not called, as the CEO and SG of the Jubilee Party, has not called a single PG. What does this mean? It means if you are in the same ruling party, you have a blueprint of what you want to achieve in by the time you're going by the time that has been given to you by Wananchi. So the members need to have a vision. You have the big four, you have the handshake. Call the members, call the party leader, call the deputy party leader, call all the elected that make the caucus. Explain to them, even the parliamentary group, Jubilee Parliament, anyone, senator, MCA, MP, everyone on Jubilee Party ticket, nominated or elected, tell them in your budget, including the governors, the senators, in your budget, allocate money for the big four: universal healthcare, food security, infrastructure and employment, and affordable housing. In your small ways, like Kitui governor is doing, my favorite governor. I've been there with, we've done medical camps to her place. She's having a very big textile center for youth. That's manufacturing. Allocate funds for such. You talk as a group, you talk as a PG, as people that we gave power to. You have resources, you have the police, you have the security, you have the jeshi, you have everything. If you command them to call them, they will come. Give them issues of what to do. But what has happened? No one has called them. Tell them, support the handshake. This is the benefit of the handshake, and this is what we will do to ensure that these people do not outsmart us. You draft, you strategize. But what are you doing? Nothing. When people start causing jittery and asking questions, you go on outbursts, insult them, call them dags, call them that. That is not how to run a political party. I'm not a political science professor, but I know for sure Jubilee is on its deathbed. So thank you so much guys for watching, and kindly remember to subscribe. Thank you so much.